Howdy, and welcome to Broken Tool Garage. This week, I'm going to be doing more of a video log style on the 73 Dodge work truck, nicknamed Harold 2.0. So, I'm going to go over what I did to get the engine and that big heavy hunk of iron transmission, that 4-speed granny transmission installed in, lined up. I'm going to show you putting the engine in as well, some of the issues I had with using the load leveler, and finally getting that in. That's about it. It's been real hot, and once I get the engine in, there's not a whole lot of good hardy content there. It's just hooking everything up. So we'll be going over a bunch of wiring on there, and I'm going to be going over doing a whole new fuel system in it. So I might show some of the things in there cleaning up, but there's not a whole lot of real interesting things until it actually starts, because that's the big thing. It's starting and running and working, and how does it sound? That's where we want to go, right? So anyways, I just want to let you know what's going on with that, and we'll just jump right to what I'm talking about. Alright, little update. Yes, it is together. You see, wow, it took me forever to figure out how to get this thing to go together right here. These things are tough, they're heavy, and they're stubborn, by the way, just to let you know. So, I'm going to go over what I figured out to do to get this together. Alright, first off, I got an alignment tool, but when I figured out I needed one, because I forgot about one, I had to get the 4-cylinder one. Well, the splines and all that's good. The pilot bushing is not. It's too small. So I took some 1/2-inch PVC pipe and did a little belt sounder action on there till it went in smooth. And that got me pretty close, but what I ended up having to do is not have the bell housing, clutch on there, and pressure plate, and take the transmission with my little setup here and slide it in and out to get it to work. Now, it still wasn't getting close enough, so I had to go in and hone the bushing out just a little bit, and that allowed me to get that in and out and make it to where it could go in nice and smooth. Also did my load leveler so I can get the right angle whenever it goes up in there. This is 135 pounds. It's just cast iron and steel, so it's not just pick it up and throw it in there, right? And that's why I had a little bit of trouble getting this to go in. If it's something else, T5 or whatever, it wouldn't be an issue. I'd probably just stab the engine and then just throw it in. Not an issue. Alright, so once I did that and I got everything lined up, I put the clutch in there, did the little tool that I made or modified, and then left the bolts a little bit loose. I didn't fully cinch those down. Pulled that out, put the transmission in, got everything lined up, got it to the depth I wanted, and then I torqued all the bolts down on the pressure plate, pulled it back out, did the bell housing, then slid it in, and that's what it took to get this in there. Not saying that is the only method. I'm not saying that's the only method to do that. That's just what I figured out worked for me. Because I put about, you can see the shop, I got tools and stuff everywhere. It took about 8 hours of work before I figured that out, and then it took me about 1.5 hours to get it together. So, yeah, that's one of those things. I wasted part of my Saturday and lost a lot of time and temper trying to get that to go together. Like I said, it's pretty stubborn. Anyways, together, ready to go. So the next thing is actually getting this set up however I want to and ready to go in. I did a little bit of work. If you've seen what I've been doing on Jim, I did the meticulous mat review on Jim, and I also did the little SVE cover thing. I did a quick video on how to install that on there. But now it's time for Jim to go out and the work truck to go back in. So, anyways, little catch up what I got going on. So that'll be the next thing, is this setup right here getting thrown in there. Alright, just a quick overview or whatever. Quick overview of what I've done. The truck had my old 90 model 318 stock Does have a 4-barrel intake manifold, 340 manifold by the way, on there. Other than that, it's stock. Taking this out, just because it's an old engine. 360 right here that I built a few years ago. You can watch that build up there. This is a 30/360 with the Keith Black pistons in it, so 9.8 compression ratio. I did do the porting on the heads, just the stock 364 barrel heads. 508 Mopar camshaft down in there, so it's a 508 lift, 248 at 50 duration with a 4-speed hooked up to that. Enough rambling, let's just get to throwing it in. Just pick it up and just like dump it inside the truck, right? That's how easy it is. Oh, whoo! This thing is a chore to get in with the ram charger because the back end of it sets so high. I have trouble getting up on there good and square. I really would need a good push bumper to move this thing around better, which I don't have. So, but gotta work with what I got. That's one of the purposes of this truck, is to kind of do stuff like that, right? Because it's the work truck. And of course, that's the same bumper the Ram Charger has. But I'm going to do something different on this bumper here eventually. Probably not today. I am pouring sweat. Okay, enough rambling. Y'all really want to see this engine in this truck. That's what you want to see. And we'll just get to it. Okay, I thought I would be in this pickle. You see, I have no more room there. And no more room there. Right there, that's touching. Because the hood's in the way. The load leveler, it eats up that much more room. That is how much room I need. I choked everything up as much as I could, and it's still, it just takes up too much room with this setup right here. So, what I'll have to do is, looks like I'm backed off good right there. I'll have to come in and loosen up my hood bolts. Now this is all out of adjustment anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. Loosen up my hood bolts, maybe put a board or something down in there, get the hood to slide down, and then I should be able to fold it back over there. And of course protect everything. Now you also notice the wheels are off, and I've lowered the truck as much as possible to keep from getting too much of an angle there, which I think that's fine. It's just there's just not enough distance with everything, the engine, oil pan, all that stuff, to get that in there, right? Okay, I've used quite a bit of the load leveler because we started out right about there. And these things are just tall. You see how tall that is. I got to drop down quite a bit, which means pretty much always you got to pull this pulley off on your Mopar, small block Mopar anyway. Doesn't matter, truck, car, or whatever. That usually has to come off. I was too worried about getting it looking pretty. But it is working, it is getting it in there. Not as smooth as what I wanted, but that 4-speed is, that thing's just bulky. It's, you know, of course the weight's not all that much more than, it's probably about the same as if I was putting a big block in, fully dressed, without a transmission. But it throws the balance off, and you got that, like I said, you got that height. That's way up there by the voltage regulator, see? Right there. So, I'll keep working at it. I don't know if you can see it, but that certainly looks like a bow there. It's probably not permanently deflected, you know, bent, yeah. So that means going back, screwing it back that way to bring the engine back up is a little bit tougher. Okay, I got to come in further, and I'm against the bumper. Let me see, maybe that wasn't the best angle. There's the stud engine mount, so I need to come back about that far. So I don't know on this load leveler thing. I did use it because this is an aluminum manifold, and I am lifting the engine plus transmission, bell housing, flywheel, pressure plate, all that good stuff. So there's a lot more weight on there. But I think what I'm going to do is come down, put a block underneath the oil pan and frame there. That way I can set it down, put my regular engine plate on there, come back and get another bite, and then that'll give me the room to go forward. I might even drop the chain down one link, and then I got that little bit more forward. I can push the engine to get it in. I've never had to take the hood off, but I've never put in a 4-speed in there. Like I said, those things are just bulky in weird ways. Alright, well, I'll keep going to it. I do have the studs in the manifold, so it probably would have held. It's just I don't trust aluminum that much. So it did the jiggle. You ever put an engine in, you know what I'm talking about. Right there. Got one stab right there. So the other one's pretty close. Just need to do a little bit of hit you on the crane. That one needs to come back just a hair. So what I'll do is I'll put a bolt on the other one so it can't pop off that. Jack it up a hair, or maybe you could do just a little bit of pry bar, just touch pry bar and bring her on down. And then I will get the transmission side over here, jack that up, probably jack stand it, and then call it good for today. That's an achievement, and it's hot, so it's, whoo, I'm ready to go in and cool off. Bam, done. It is in. And I am done too for today.